Guatemala, a Central American country located in the south of Mexico, whose tropical climate attracted U.S. business interests. The United Fruit Company was an American corporation that traded in tropical fruit, primarily in bananas, in Guatemala. The company also built extensive railroads and ports and provided transportation. It allowed vast tracts of land under its ownership to remain uncultivated. It discouraged the Guatemalan government from building highways because it would lessen the profitable transportation monopoly of the railroads under its control. Under dictator Jorge Ubico, the United Fruit Company gained control of 42% of Guatemala's land and was exempt from taxes and import duties. But between 1945 and 1954, a Guatemalan revolution rose, leading to Guatemala's first democratic election. In 1945, Juan Arevalo became president. Arevalo wanted to turn Guatemala into a liberal capitalist society. Jacobo Arbenz was Arevalo's defense minister and became president in 1950. Arbenz continued Arevalo's social reforms. He placed the agrarian land reform, which included the radical redistribution of 40% of the United Fruit Company's land. This caused the United Fruit Company to appeal to the United States government for intervention.
Flushed with success, America's secret government decided another troublesome leader must go.
The Guatemalan government was communist, and we had to do something about it.
The company had lobbied to convince the Eisenhower administration that Arbenz had a communist influence on the government of Guatemala, and that he intended to align Guatemala with the Soviet bloc. Plans for a coup d'etat were set in place, and the operation became known as PB Success. The CIA armed, funded, and trained a force of 480 men led by Carlos Castillo Armas. On June 18, 1954, the United States invaded Guatemala with the intention of overthrowing Arbenz. The Guatemalan army felt intimidated and felt pressure from the conservative and moderate opposition to Arbenz. They refused to fight, forcing Arbenz to resign on June 27, 1954. Castillo Armas quickly took dictatorial powers and reversed the social reforms of the Guatemalan Revolution. From that moment on, the U.S. ensured that an ultra-conservative line remained in power. This coup d'etat was criticized internationally and created a lasting anti-U.S. sentiment in Latin America. It also began a cycle of violence, assassinations, and torture in Guatemala.